Today, we're going to see if the viral TikTok L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour powder is really worth the hype. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing a very interesting video, and this video is going to be trying the viral L'Oreal Infallible powder that has been all over TikTok and has been deemed to be one of the best powders ever. So I was lucky enough to get my hands on this via Ulta. Now they only have 2 colors left, and I did some little looking online and I saw somebody using this shade and I was like, well, she kind of looked like she my shade. So today we are in fact going to see if this is as flawless and as perfect as everybody on TikTok is making it seem. I have the shade 365 Copper, so we're gonna try this out today. But before we try out this powder, if you guys don't know, I have dry skin, and typically it's like more on the drier side of dry skin. But as of lately, my skin has been very moisturized and just very, you know, what's the word? Moisturized. I don't know. But the reason my skin is super moisturized and my moisture barrier has just been phenomenal lately is because I have been using this Pharmacy Daily Greens moisturizer. Now, you guys should have saw this in my BoxyCharm for January. This is the one that was in that cool papaya-y package that I was just like, I never had papayas before. I don't know what papayas smell like. This is that. And I just want to show you guys. I hope you guys can see, but I've been using quite a lot of this moisturizer because it's really bomb. Like, I use it every day, morning and night, and I've been adding in the Yuzo Vitamin C Sleep Mask by Saturday Skin. The first night I tried this, you guys, I was kind of like, okay, this texture, it was like, I don't know, I've never used a sleep mask, so I didn't know if I was supposed to rub it in, was I supposed to let it sit and then just absorb? I didn't know, but I tried this out, and when I tell you guys, like, for the next 3 days, my skin was so moisturized. Like, I was just like, oh, wait a minute. Like, this is really bomb. The powder that we're going to be using today is a powder, so we need to be super moisturized. So I did already go ahead and apply my moisturizer this morning. I am going to be using a primer, and I'm going to be using my Yves Saint Laurent Touche Éclat Blur Primer. If you saw my MAC favorites video that just recently went up, if you haven't, watch it. But I did purchase the MAC Vitamin C Fix Plus Magic Radiance Spray, and like, this stuff comes out a lot, but I wanted to put this on my skin first because I felt like it did give a nice moisture to my skin. So I'm gonna try this out, and gosh, this just sprays you so much. I'm gonna just go ahead and let this kind of absorb into my skin before I do my powders, because obviously we're using powders, we don't want it to be a mucky mess, so just let that absorb real quick. Okay, so our skin is all prepped, so I'm trying to decide if I want to conceal first and then put on my powder, or if I want to put on powder and then put on a concealer. I just feel like that texture is not gonna work out. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and actually conceal first. So I'm gonna be using my LA Girl Pro Concealer, and this one is in the shade Toffee. And so the only place that I want that is underneath my eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take my beauty blender and then just blend this in. Now, if you have any problem areas, you probably wanna do that with this step, because again, I don't know if you wanna put concealers on top of powders. So I'm also going on top of my eyelids, just so that way, again, everything is even. Typically, you're not gonna set your eyes with your face powder. So I'm gonna take my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm gonna also take my Fenty banana powder, and I'm gonna mix the two. So our skin is now prepped, our eyes are ready, so let's go ahead and actually start with this infallible powder. Now, I heard there was a bunch of cat. When I was reading the reviews, I was like, oh no. So first I'm gonna go ahead and just swatch some of this powder on my hand. It definitely feels like a powder. Someone said that it felt like a cream and then it turns into a powder. That's not accurate. So now we're going to take the sponge that it comes with, because I want to just swatch this first. So let's see how it looks. Oh, this color is way too dark, sis. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Girl. Ooh, no. No. Wow. Okay. Okay, well, let me just go ahead and just talk about it from a texture standpoint and see if it's given that, you know, flawless. No, it's not. It's not my shade, so I'm not even gonna do the full face. So we're gonna totally scrap this entire video. But to say about the powder, I can still see my freckles through that. So in my opinion, it's not full coverage. I definitely would have to build this up and, you know, do another layer if I was to wear this by itself and wanted this to be, you know, a blurring, flawless, filter-esque type of powder. But no. So I'm not even going to continue to do this because this powder is not my skin tone, so I'm not even going to sit here and try to make it work. It's a powder, so I don't really think I can manipulate it as much as I could a foundation. I can give this to my mom and I can try this out on her and, you know, let her see, because this might be more of her shade than it is mine. But just off bat, this isn't blurring. It's not super coverage, so I think they might be lying. I think they're lying. These are sold out everywhere, so I know that a lot of people are trying to get their hands on it. A lot of people want to try it out because it should be what everyone on TikTok is making it out to be, you know, this amazing, super flawless, super like, ooh, one swipe and you beautiful type of coverage. That is not the case. If you've tried this out, let me know down in the comments section, but let's go ahead and let's start over. So I'm just gonna wipe this off because it's a powder and I just don't wanna wash off all that preparation that I just did just to wipe off that little swatch. So I'm gonna speed through this part, but I'm gonna be using my Milk Blur foundation, and this one is in the shade Tan, as well as my Maybelline Fit Me in the Matte Poreless, and this one is in the shade 355 Coconut. Today I'm going to be using my Nikkie Tutorials and Beauty Bay palette. Since we put a lot of concealer and stuff already on our eyelids, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just start off with the base that we have now. I did set it with powder, so make sure to do that before you start adding your eyeshadows. I'm going to start off by taking Mila, and I am going to go ahead and work this all over my lid. So my lid is pretty much the color of Mila, so you really can't see it too much, but you can see a little bit of that color peeking in right there. And we're just gonna go ahead and just keep building it up, and that way we have a nice, very subtle, but you know, a little bit of a contrast in our crease. To really focus it on this outer crease, not too much on the front, because we're actually gonna go ahead and apply a different color there. Y'all probably like, girl, I don't even see nothing. But I promise you, it has a little bit of definition there. It's very minor, but it's all gonna make sense. So now with a more pencil type of brush, I'm gonna go ahead and take 5am. And 5am is just a little bit darker than Mila, which is perfect for this look. And I'm gonna go ahead, same thing, focus this on this outer crease that we just placed Mila. I'm also going to go ahead and make it connect to my lid. Kind of like a wing here, but you know, you're not gonna fill it in, and then we're gonna go ahead and blend this out. Now I'm gonna take an eye shading brush and I'm gonna go ahead and start working this color up and out. So I don't want it to be, you know, just harshly on this line. I want it to come up a little bit more. So I'm just gonna add some of that shade onto the brush, and then I'm just going to feather this out. And the motion that I'm doing is pretty much a back and forth motion. And I'm just really trying to soften and bring out that brown. Don't rush it, just take your time, build it up and blend it out. And with another fluffy brush, I'm gonna go back in with Mila, and I am going to go on top of 5am, and I'm going to go ahead and just soften that out even more. I want this to be a very nice winged out look, like not too dramatic at all. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a little bit of this P. Louise eye base, starting from that outer wing. I'm gonna go ahead and create a wing within it. Being very careful, so I'm gonna stop talking now. And then I'm gonna bring this all the way up to the front of my eyelid. And I'm gonna pick up the shade Basic Threat, and I'm going to pack this all over that P. Louise eye base. I'm also going to go on that top half of my crease where I didn't add that 5am shade. I'm gonna go ahead and place it there as well. So next I'm gonna use my Super Beauty Hydra Fx Paint, and this one is in the shade Acid Trip. So I'm gonna go ahead and activate it by pouring just a little bit of water on top. And I'm going to take a really fine like liner brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and just pick up some of that orange color, trace the wing that I created, the inner wing. So I'm gonna start from this inner corner here, very lightly, and trace my wing. And to do the bottom lash line, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna take 5am and I'm going to just smoke it out, as well as using Basic Trut for the inner half of my bottom lash line. So because this is not what we came here to see, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my face, and I'll be back to show you guys the final look. Here is the finished look. The main purpose here was to find out if this L'Oreal Infallible powder was really as bomb as they're making it seem. Turns out that it's not, in my personal opinion. Unfortunately, the shade color was wrong, but we were able to kind of get a gist of what exactly this powder is, how it works, and if it's actually worth all the hype. And sorry to tell you guys, it is not. But if you've tried this powder and you feel differently, let me know, because I don't really think I'm gonna go back and try to exchange it for my color. I'm just kind of like, you know, I am not a full powder type of person anyway. I do like using my foundation and setting with the powder. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this makeup look. If you guys did, please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. And if you haven't, please make sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I will link all of those down below so that way you guys can easily click and follow. And make sure to subscribe to my channel. I do post every Tuesday and Friday, but if you can remember that, it's all good. Just make sure to hit that notification bell and you'll get notified every time I do upload a video. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Peace.